Well, hi folks, Monday, October 5th. Looks like we're getting ready for a coming storm on the island. Rain and maybe wind by the weekend, so trust everybody's well. So what did you think of the weekend? It was interesting to watch the talking heads in mainstream media and some politicians on both sides of the House tripping over themselves to gleefully point their fingers at President Trump and his brief waltz with the Wuhan waltz. One thing it does show that instead of just telling people to watch their temperature and call in, stay at home and call in if they have difficulty breathing, that people should get treatment quickly. And the Trump situation sort of shows that. I think he's going home today. So we're going back to the White House sort of thing. And do you find it a bit of a coincidence that his whole inner team has come down with it? Now, this morning, even his press secretary. Sort of intriguing. Sort of intriguing. Is that the October surprise? But I've got a link some links in the description, and one is with Dr. Seheult from MedCram, going over some things about the Wuhan waltz that are quite interesting. I mean, he's not a doctor who surmises; he gets into some really cool detail. And take your vitamin D3. That's the thing I'm noticing here. We have nobody is telling the main World Health Organization connections in all provinces and in Canada. All the doctors that are sort of connect with the WHO do not tell you to do that. Or do not suggest that you do check your vitamin D3 levels. I think it's asinine that they don't. And well, just the way it is. But don't wait for for Dr. Tran to come full circle and say, yeah, maybe you should take vitamin D3, just go beat it to the punch and do it. Or research it yourself. Take a look at all the data and all the stats coming out. Sort of interesting. But I'm sure you'll find Dr. Seheult's video interesting. I put links to him before because he went through the whole protocol that he was taking way back when this all started. And it was vitamin D3, vitamin C, and etc., etc., etc. Also have a link to Conrad Black's article in the National Post and True North's response as well to Prime Minister Trudeau getting ready to just sort of spend and get this green thing going, and getting ready to sort of raise the carbon tax again. Yep, we have some interesting times ahead of us, and I think you'll find those articles interesting. I think most of us, or most people, didn't take this Wuhan wall seriously in the beginning. And of course, way back then, when people were talking, and I was agreeing that the virus is one thing, but it's a financial slam that's going to be really, really difficult. And of course, turns out that had started the year before. You know, it's just nobody realized it. Not the mainstream. We're talking about it, and of course, all of us in the street, how in the hell are we supposed to know? But that's still coming down the pipe. You know, all the people who were not taking it seriously in January, February, March, laughed at the idea of being careful, maybe wear a mask. They're all masked up. You know, I see those people who are chuckling at me now and again. I saw one of the fellows that's out of a grocery store this morning and asked him, what are you doing? Getting ready to rob the place? Because he's got his mask on, sitting there waiting for his lady friend. And it's intriguing. People who laughed at the whole idea are all lined up and wearing their masks. Talking about masks, I found it interesting that not everybody, but a lot of the news media and journalists and bloggers were saying Trump should be charged for taking a joyride to wave to all of those folks who were standing outside the hospital, putting everybody at risk. And I'm thinking, well, you're all wearing masks, weren't you? And the masks didn't really work that well. What are you worried about? Because Trump had a mask on as well. So you have, what's the problem? It's sort of interesting when you ask people what they're all about. Why are you doing that? I was getting gas this morning, and a young fellow looking after the gas booth. So you only have one person inside at a time, and I said, "You're not wearing a mask?" He said, "No." He said, "I have a glass." Of course, it's opened on the bottom that much to slide money through, your credit cards or whatever. It's opened on top and it's open around the edge. And I said, "The virus can't go through these other spots, can it?" And he sort of chuckled and said, "Yeah, I guess it could." We feel secure in the stupidity that we do. It's just sort of crazy. But anyway, it's all we can do is smile at it and be careful, because some people do get really sick. And I'm thinking, I'm sort of smiling to myself, because everybody, I think, thought Trump would be in his pajamas in bed on the ventilator, and Biden would waltz away on a white horse sort of thing. Well, it turns out Trump did more campaigning in the hospital than the Democrats have done out in their own bivouacs. It's sort of interesting. So we'll have to see what happens. And we're getting ready for a BC election as well. And I see everybody as the parties are all sort of putting forth what they're going to do and what they will do and whatever. It's that promise time. The promised land time. So it's going to be intriguing. We have that debate coming up, I think, on the 13th. But anyway, for now, take care. We'll see you tomorrow.